Welcome to the podcast Lead the Future, the Alt Summer Series. Each podcast, I'll ask 3 panelists an authentic leadership transformation question. In short, Alt. This Alt question was part of the Alt Summit first panel discussion titled A Celebration of Authentic Leadership Transformation. I'm Arjan Visser, human-centered futurist, and your host. In this session, we talk about what is the role of self-awareness in transformation to leading from the inside out. Leading from the inside out is a powerful vision, but what is the engine that drives it? This conversation goes into the very source of transformation, self-awareness. It is the essential practice that allows you to connect with your inner world before you can change the outer one. Let's explore the foundation of all authentic leadership. Let me briefly introduce my 3 panelists. Rob Schulz, a visionary leader who partners with thought leaders to shift atmospheres and transform ecosystems for growth. He creates space for people, communities, and industries to see what's possible and step in who they are becoming. He empowers you to take ownership, to lead the meaningful change. Laura Izard, a purpose-driven recruiter, an onboarding specialist serving the tech and consulting industries with a deep intuition and a human-centered approach. She aligns exceptional talent with roles that resonate with their personal mission. Her work empowers both the leaders and the organizations to grow from the inside out, building people rooted in purpose, alignment, and a lasting impact. Richterink, a leadership specialist, a tech entrepreneur, and a pioneer of talent ecosystems. He is dedicated to helping leaders to build a society where work is personal, meaningful, and creates a higher mutual value. Ryan focuses on building authentic relationship, human-centered tools, and communities of practice. What is the role of self-awareness in this transformation to leading from the inside out?
My very short answer is it's the foundation. It's the foundation of all of it. How I think of it in terms of building on top of that is, and Arjan, the conference Accelerate Your Purpose, but I think of this really in 3 buckets: who we are by design, who we are by experience, which involves how we view the world, how we experience the world, and how the world experiences us. So lens awareness, and then who we are by intention in terms of what's meaningful to us in terms of the life, the career, the future that we want to create, which your work is a huge part of. And so I think authentic leadership involves all of those pieces coming together, and hopefully the greater alignment between those is it brings a lot of benefit. I think we can do a real good job at any one of those and still be in misalignment. And so I think that's how I think of it conceptually, and the practices for me in terms of for myself and helping others sort of fall into those same kind of buckets, if you will.
I like those, the 3 buckets, knowing who you are by design, by experience, and by intention. And then knowing a bit of you. It's not the cognitive understanding. It's really like the deep knowing from an alignment perspective from the inside. I love those.
Yeah. And across that, there's different types of data and intelligence, right? We talk about cognitive intelligence, but there's emotional intelligence, heart-head connection, physiology intelligence about what's going on in our body, spiritual intelligence. There's all these different sort of spectrums of knowing across those things. So
yeah. Rob, what's your thought?
So what is the role of self-awareness? I think that I feel like there are 3 things which we often, which is easy to underestimate how hard they are to know, for me personally. Number 1, who you are. Number 2, what you want. And number 3, why you want it. And I don't know about everyone else on the panel, but I'm not there yet on those three things. I think for me, and I think it's just the amount of energy that it can take to just get an idea of those things, I think is huge. So in terms of one of the questions, was what some of your key practices in this, and I feel one key practice, I try to spend time each morning being still, taking time to reflect. Now for me that's a faith-based thing, but for many people it isn't. We're all human beings, and I think just taking that time to be still and to quieten down the noise and to be listening to what's actually going on inside. So that, I think that's a really important key practice. And I think another one for me is doing things like this, and it is actually peer accountability and talking to others about and sharing your journey, so that you're not just siloed and you're not just spiraling down in yourself, but actually you're saying, this is what's going on inside me. This is how I'm working it through. What are you doing? I feel is a really healthy thing. So they're two sort of things that I do to stay sane.
Yeah, I like it. I like those things, and I'm with you. I'm not yet there, and I believe that's a good thing, because when we make the assumption we are there, well, I think we got two buckets to choose from. Or it's time to go, or we fool ourselves and have an image of ourselves that is more like a superhero avatar than our true authentic self. And so I think it's good what you mentioned, that I'm not yet there. I don't get it myself. But listening to your story, that doesn't withhold you of pursuing it. Yeah, I think that's really good. Before we listen to Laura's answer, just for everyone listening, live or maybe in a replay, please use the opportunity to interact and share your thoughts. Like Rob just said, that is a form of self-accountability, to try to verbalize your thinking. It just helps you in this whole process of self-awareness. So please help yourself and help us by interacting and leaving comments. Laura, bring it home. Give us the one and true answer.
I think all I can add to build on what's already been said is that self-awareness is so vital. And I interview many people in the course of a month, a year. And actually what really sets somebody apart is their level of understanding of themselves, their faults, their learning edges, their ambition, their failures, the things that have, they've learned in the crucible of pain. And I can just tell when I've got a good leader of others in front of me, if they are curious about themselves and aware of just how fully human they are. I think it's vital. And for me, because I interview so many people, and that has informed my own desire to be self-aware, and also being a parent, I just think it's so important to model questioning yourself and who you are and why you do things and why you say things, and being prepared to admit mistakes and say sorry. Yeah. My two fail-safe rituals are engaging in community, honest community, where people you're not afraid to accept feedback and advice from a place of love and care and wisdom on who you are and what you've done or said and how you might try to do things differently. So I think I'm in lots of communities. I'm in sports communities. I'm in a faith community. I have a series of business groups that I'm in, all that hold me accountable and stretch me and help me to be more self-aware. And then the other thing is journaling. I have a big practice of, I've got a Trello, a Kanban board, and one of my favorite entries in my journaling is, I call it the since I column, and I mark periods of time. So it might be since the last time I stopped at this tube station, or since the last time we were on holiday in this place, or since the last time I saw this person, and I record what's happened in the period of time since. The good stuff, the bad stuff, and the progress. And I just find that an incredibly nourishing way of measuring where I am and where I need to get to. And it's just lovely to pull the testimonies and the success stories out of those since I periods of time to spur me on and those around me if I'm to be an authentic, self-aware leader.
The dialogue doesn't end here. It's your invitation to continue the journey. I invite you to engage with your own insights below or to step directly into the Alt Forum with us. The Alt Forum is our weekly thought-provoking space for forerunners, forward-thinking leaders, and pioneers who are ready to catalyze their authentic leadership transformation. I will share how you can experience this powerful forum first and decide later. Just use the link in the description, alt.businessrevivalists.com/forum, to just book your first experience. I like to share the gemstones that I wrote down from this episode. The first one is that self-awareness is the foundation. A bold, unambiguous stake in the ground. Ryan names self-awareness not as a support act, but as the starting structure for authentic leadership. The second gemstone is who we are by design, by experience, and by intention. Ryan offers a 3-bucket framework for identity development. He integrates nature, nurture, and purpose into a self-awareness model that's holistic and not just introspective. The third gemstone is there are different spectrums of knowing. It's heart, head, body, and spirit. Self-awareness isn't just cognitive. Ryan reminds us it is embodied, spiritual. It's a multi-intelligence approach to inner leadership. 3 things hard to know is who we are, what you want, and why you want it. Rob distills deep philosophical inquiry into 3 deceptively simple, universally resonant questions. He continues by saying that it takes time to be still, to listen to what's going on the inside. Self-awareness is not an event. It's a daily practice. Rob grounds it in stillness, inviting others to pause and listen deeply. Laura mentioned that curiosity about yourself is what sets great leaders apart. Her insight cuts through the noise. It's curiosity plus humanity that are the real markers of authentic leadership. I want to thank the panelists for their deep and great insights. I want to thank you for tuning in, joining, and all the insights that you shared. And I really invite you to join us in the Alt Forum. So step up in your authentic leadership transformation journey and make it a priority. Make it a priority to tune in with the inside before changing the outside. Just use the link from the description, alt.businessrevivalists.com/forum, and just book your experience. Join the forum and make up your mind later if it is a fit for you. Thank you for tuning in.